Courtney, welcome to Crewe Alexandra. Congratulations on the move. How are you feeling about it?
Thank you, I appreciate it. Yeah, very happy with it. Very happy to get it sorted. You know, Crewe's a big club, and I'm happy to be here. Can't wait to get started with the boys, and yeah, hit the ground running.
How did it come about? When did you first hear of Crewe's interest?
I mean, they got hold of my agent, and you know, talks were already processing in advance. Whilst I was just obviously off season and having my rest time. But you know, when I become aware of the situation, I come and had a meeting with the gaffer and the assistant and everyone in the building. Could see the infrastructure of the club. You know, they match my morals and fundamentals of what I want to be as a player and what I want to do. So you know, I think it suits, and it's a very good match.
Yeah, I was going to say, because you had options, didn't you? Newport didn't release you; they wanted you to stay there. You had other clubs looking for your services. Why Crewe? What was it that tempted you to come here?
You know, I think it's a very homely environment. I was welcomed very well, which obviously as a player it always makes you feel the love and makes you feel comfortable, which is first and foremost for me as a person. Do you know what I mean? You know, everyone knows of Crewe's record and infrastructure of producing players and X, Y, Z. It's a great club in that aspect. I remember when I was a little lad at Coventry, it was Coventry and Crewe who were the top producers in the country for talent. So you know, it's only got to be. You only got to know a little bit about football to know that that's the fundamentals of the club. You know, like I say, very welcoming as well. And they've got ambition, which I've got ambition myself. So I want to get up the leagues. Crewe want to get back up the leagues, and you know, I think I can be a part of that success for them.
It's a pretty new management team in the game at this level, as well as obviously to the job here. What were your impressions of Alex Morris, Lee Bell, Kenny Lunn, and the people that you met here?
I mean, it's fantastic. From my experience, when I come in, I wouldn't have knew that you know, there's a new managerial role. So I think when you get that comfortability, they clearly understand the job role well, and to be able to make a player feel as welcome as that. I mean, I know they've both played as well. So for me, and they both have a lot to do with Crewe in the past. So for me, it was like, you know, it was a no-brainer. It was very welcoming, and it was good.
And obviously, you know the level. You've done well at the level. What sort of player are you? What will you bring to a team?
I mean, well, it's hard to say what kind of a player I am. You know, I'm not going to say like I'm Ronaldo, but you know, I do what I do well. I'm a warrior, and I'm going to leave it all out on the pitch every time I step onto the pitch. You know, score goals, range. You know, doesn't matter, in the box, headers, athletic. You know, just you know, you'll be able to see what I bring to the table, and hopefully there's plenty of goals to come.
You've had an interesting career. You know, you obviously came through at Coventry. You played for a big club at Swansea as well, but you've also been willing to go down to lower levels to get your experience and to make your name. That's what does that say about you? Is that about your ambition and your dedication to the game?
100%. I think with me, it's never say die. You know what I mean? I've got that dog mentality. So you know, I released at 18. A lot of the players that I was with in that academy setup, you know, they don't play football anymore. But I was mentality, I'm still going to do it. So, you know, 3 years playing in the low leagues, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me, because, you know, the experience and the fight and the desire you got to do, because them leagues, they're not easy. So for me as an 18, 19-year-old, you know, and I'm doing well in these leagues, it produces a man as a young boy, do you know what I mean? So then to go to Swansea, which, like you say, is a major club, they have their Swansea way, which their football is fluent, it's impressive. And yeah, so when I get my break at Swansea, they throw me in at the deep end, and I didn't drown. So I can't really complain with that situation. It's just, for me, the mentality is everything. You know, you can make yourself a good career. You don't have to be the best player in the world, but if you've got the mentality right, you can do what you want to do in the game.
You mentioned style of football in there. Obviously, we know about Swansea's style of football, and you'll know about Crewe's style of football, which is, with due respect, different to Newport's, isn't it? Was that an important factor for you as well?
I mean, with Newport's advanced a lot now, so it's I see very similarities. If I'm honest to myself, you know, Crewe likes to get down and play, which, you know, I'm used to that as a system myself. You know, the long ball that I used to play probably in the lower leagues, it's a lot different now. But, you know, spending the time at Swansea when they're teaching you to do this, formation, tactics, X, Y, Z, you know, it's an infrastructure that's now embedded in players. So I like to combine, I like to, you know, play the 1-2 passes around the corners, X, Y, Z, which I know Crewe do as a club.
And you've also mentioned the word ambition. You're still only 26. You still want to come to a club where you can learn and develop and better yourself. That's the impression I get. Is that right?
100%. I mean, no one's a finished article. No one knows everything about the game, and I think you're narrow-minded if you don't want to learn as a person. You know, if the coaching staff are telling me this is what they want from me, it's like, okay, how do you want me to do it in the best aspect of? That's how I approach stuff. You know, probably in the past when I was younger, I might have been reluctant to learn and apply myself, but you know, I had 2 seasons where I was not being able to do my job as a footballer, which changes your mindset. So, you know, for me, learning is the biggest process. Like I said, I'm only just turned 26. I've still got a lot of stuff I want to do in the game, and learning is the vital part of the puzzle, isn't it? So for me, that's where it's at, and looking forward to getting started with it.
And the environment is important when you want to learn. Obviously, you've been at some big clubs with some great facilities, but would the facilities here at this level also a part of your thinking?
Yeah, massive. When I seen the training ground and stuff, I mean, it's not a League Two setup naturally. You know, it's very, very big club. You can tell that from just being able to come out the training ground. You know, the facilities that they've got here is unbelievable. So it played a big role in the situation for me.
And it's a 2-year deal that you've signed as well. That's a little bit of stability for you as well. So you know, you want to move on quickly. You want to help the club. You want to do well for yourself, but you've got the stability to know that you're going to be here as well. That must be pleasing. 100%.
I think as a player, professional footballer, you play your best football when you're comfortable. I mean, for me, that little bit of security with the 2-year, you can allow yourself to get yourself settled. You know, get a house, X, Y, Z, do what you want to do. But you ain't on edge and already when you're at December point thinking, panic stations, you know what I mean? So it's just, you can take a step back, breathe, relax and just chill out. But at the same time, be on the bullet.
I don't want to say that you're raring to go yet, because you probably still got some time for a holiday, but you know, you've got that settled now, and you must be looking forward to the season coming around again and obviously meeting the fans and showing what you can do.
Yeah, definitely. I think any footballer that, you know, when the last game of the season comes and the next week after, they're not itching and thinking, what am I doing now? Like, I'm bored out of my head, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. Like, we're footballers, so we always want to be playing, we always want to be doing this, we always want to be doing that. You know, I've had my time now to just take a step back, relax, and I'm going to go away. You know, this deal was first and foremost for me to get sorted, and then you know, I'll have a bit of downtime for myself and come back and itch at the bit, ready to go.